Welcome back, MTG Joe here. We're going to be playing some more Crimson Vow Standard set just released about a day ago. So we're trying out some new decks. They may or may not be good, but we want to try things out, see how they play out. And what we have today is a deck. So it's the Simic Cyclone deck from the past, Simic Ramp deck. And the card that I really want to play more with is Hullbreaker Horror. 7 mana, 7/8 flash, can't be countered. And then it just tempos the hell out of your opponent whenever you cast a spell. You either return a spell on the stack or a permanent to its owner's hand, non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You can bounce the Hullbreaker back as well. So I wanted to play it in kind of a bounce shell with just a bunch of ramps. So we have Fading Hope and Divide by Zero. Liked having the full 8 bounce options in these blue non-removal based decks. I played the blue-white Judgment deck and the Sinner's Judgment deck yesterday, and the bounce felt really good against mono white, buys you some turns. We are playing the full 12 turn 2 ramp options, and then this allows us to basically kind of go 2 into 4. 4 we have Chariot or Quandrix Cultivator that gets us ahead on mana, and then basically a couple Cycloners to reset the board. All runs because it's stupid a card, and if you're paying up to 7 mana, take all the turns. And then some Memory Deluge for card advantage. And another card I want to try out as a one-of is Inspired Idea. So it's a 3 mana, draw 3, and then we reduce our maximum hand size by 3 for the rest of the game. Having played this deck in the past, you generally get Hellbent, so it's something worth try out. And then if we have to, we can always cleave it and pay 5 mana to draw 3. So good early, decent late. Just as a one-of, just to refill our hand is worth trying out. It also gets around Redain tax, which is nice. And then just 1 Ren and 7 in this version. We're not playing Storm the Festival or anything like that. And we're not all in on like the Chariot Ren package, so we'll try it from there. Sideboard's pretty straightforward for Lessons, Sciences, Teaching, Breach, Pest Summonings, and Mascot Exhibition. So we'll try this out. I was hovering around 700 yesterday, fell down overnight to 11. More folks are making it to Mythic, but let's try this out. Let me know in the comments what decks you've been playing, what's been working out well for you. I'll get the untapped meta as soon as there's enough sample data. There's a lot of server issues yesterday, so not a lot of games were played. So we can go from there. But as always, if you do enjoy the content, if you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. All are free and easy ways to support the channel. So we go first, so we'll play this so we can go Innkeeper on 2, or we'll actually go Rootkeeper maybe. Yeah, we'll go Rootkeeper. This allows us to ramp a little bit better. Mono white will be a good test. They have the ward here, which is kind of annoying. No blocks here. So we'll go Innkeeper. So I want to keep this guy up for now. So I can draw 3 cards next turn, which is nice. We'll have Fading Hope. So this is the play 2 spell version. So I think here we just return this to hand. Cultivator is actually pretty good here. Gains us some life as well. Just being a big body is nice. Let's go get a forest. Let's do this now. Okay. So next turn I can also go Quandrix and do a Epiphany. All this like incidental life gain is gonna come in handy. Even if they go something like Elite Spellbinder, we're okay. Adeline's annoying. Fading Hope's great. So let's get a forest. And now we'll just start taking some turns. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna have to return that Redain to hand. Just so I can take my turns. It's interesting, they're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we're just returning Redain. I think we're okay. So we'll cast this one from hand this turn. Just gain a bunch of life here. We can trade with one of the spirits if they want, but one, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. So let's bring this back to hand. We can actually go teachings here. Okay, and we got the horror for the following turn. Alright. Actually kind of doing this to mono white's been pretty impressive. Like through their taxing effect and just their aggression. The Innkeeper's insulating our life total has been nice. So I think here we just passed the turn. Oh shit, I needed to block that. That was my mistake. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So we just passed the turn here. Give me one sec, my dog's coming in. So they can pop all the counters on that, which is fine. We'll let them attack. Its insistence on so we'll do this. Return that to hand. I mean, this just lets us bounce their board and also ramp up, which seems good. So I think we trade like that, do that. I think I still value keeping my flyers around. It's only 2 points of damage. And then this way we kind of thin out our deck a bit more, make it a bit more lean and mean. We can also bounce Redain again. Thin out our deck some more. I think we just return the spirit here. Just take them off that. Let's not give them necessarily the cast 2. So we just need some card draw now. Ren would be decent, another All-Rins. Cyclone Summoner actually is pretty funny with this board. We can just reset everything. I'm kind of surprised they don't go shield here. It would tax me on the bounce. Them going all in on Redain or Adeline also seems kind of silly. Hey, I'll take that. Guess that's fine. So we'll make a Tree Folk here. Alright, opponent's had enough. Opponent has had enough. Big dumb green things. Paired with big blue dumb things. Got some Mastery Orbs. Let's see if we could continue on. Playing Jen. That's a cool way to write their name. Big font. I don't know how they managed that. Opponent goes first. I have Divide Up. This hand's a bit slow. I think we try it. Hope they're not on aggro. He says as they go straight into aggro. So this hand where we don't have the Fading Hopes or a lot of the early ramp is going to be a bit tougher. Especially when our deck does not want to give us lands. I would trade this if we knew that we were drawing a land. Because we don't. Yikes, that hurts. That hurts. Okay, let's highlight an All-Rins. Maybe they'll take that. Nah. Opponent is smart. Yikes. Alright, let's just go to next game. The hand was... like, if we had a land there and we can go Cultivator, we're okay, but... Mono White's going to be tough. That might have been something to maul, but I think having 2 mana is fine in most cases. Because if they don't have the Elite, I could at least bounce something and then go Environmental Sciences. But we're going to have to start chump blocking with our 2-drop. And this is always kind of the constraint. Like, that first game against Mono White, we actually were able to establish a board state. It'd be nice if we can, you know, play first for once. This hand doesn't really do anything. Okay, this hand's good. Let's go Florahedron back. Is it gamer? This matchup will be interesting. The fact they have field is a bit annoying. Let's see if they kill this now. Yeah, we could see Dragon out of them next turn. The one good thing is we see Prismaria, like... Get out of the way here. I don't think it's worth Fading Hope. That. This gets us ahead on mana. It also... I'd rather that get countered. If they have a dragon here, we're in a bit of trouble. Okay, main phase Deluge is good. So they can't All-Rens, they can't... They could have Bounce, but if they're bouncing the Chariot, it's okay. We could just be getting turns next turn. I actually am 1 mana short of being able to bounce their Hall of the Storm Giants. I actually think I want to save this. Oh, we can just halt next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll keep that on top. It's free this turn to do so. They could just start taking turns though. Yeah, we're dead. They basically just fire this up. The way our deck's constructed, we're not trying to beat that deck. It's not very prevalent in best of 1. It's more of a best of 3 deck. So we're not playing counter spells. You can build this deck to have counter spells. We just needed them to not have a sweeper that turn. Even if they just took a turn, but we have a lot of bounce and that's just not useful. Let's give this one more go, see how it plays out. We're just not good at drawing. We've also been on the play every single game. Split the difference. Jeez. If there's a lot more control going around, then this deck we can't play. So I'm doing this now because they could have something like Deadly Dispute, which I'd rather they don't. Grixis Gamer. So hoping they don't have like Jawari, or if it's just like a tap line, sticking this Quandrix will be good just to get us ahead on mana. Grixis Dragons. I think it's important for us in this matchup to keep hitting our line drops. Ren being a flyer here is nice. I gotta do this. How does... Oh, this taps for that. That's pretty sick. The attack's pointless here. So hope they don't have Jawari if we hit a land and we take turn. Yikes. Yikes. So I think we need to do this. I need to hit my line drops. The way their turn went doesn't seem like they have a counter spell. And they're kind of incentivized to play their stuff out before. Do they just win? Do they have enough? They have 7, so they just need a 4 mana spell. Most assuredly we are dead. Maybe it was play Ren, but this deck's not doing it. Let's try one more. Try one more. This is why we play. We try them out, see what works, what doesn't. Just haven't really hit our curve on things, and these matchups haven't been favorable for us. Holy shit, we play first. We get boned pretty hard if they have a Thalia on too, but if they don't, we're okay. What does this do? Enchant creature has +1 when it dies, return to the battlefield. Okay. Farmhand's fine. Lets him find a land, but I'm not too concerned with that. I don't want to take the damage. I know they can recast it, but We'll get sciences. So if I get untapped lands, a couple options here. I can sciences and set up. I think it's just a divide by 0 turn. Stem the bleeding for a turn. We'll get probably, so if I sciences, I don't have enough. It's probably just pest summonings here. So if I hit a land, I can go, perfect. So I do this. Play this. Play this. Go get another land. So this should buy us some time. Still at 14. So this game, like, we could see how our bounce actually is meaningful, whereas honestly, even just us being able to play on curve. So we'll probably do All-Rins this turn. It doesn't give us a huge amount of advantage, but it gives us some more blockers and just gives us some more card advantage. If they want to trade here, I'm happy to do so. Just taking like Clarion Spirit off the battlefield's good. Summoner's nice. Yeah, we're gonna go Summoner here. They might block. Try it again, opponent. There's oh, you know what? I forgot Field of Ruin in this deck. There should be 2 Field of Ruins. Otherwise, we have a hard time dealing with this. You know, power the squad. Seems ambitious, but cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want trade? Deal. So let's go Cultivator here, get a land, play Chariot. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is something I've wanted to try out in mono white, just the card draw one. Seems interesting. An Innkeeper would really help kind of turn the corner here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I do this for 4, Like, I don't think they can kill me in the air, especially with the Ren tokens. So let's do this. Let's do this.
Calm the tree from root to canopy. The trees are mighty.
This is basically going to be make a 10-10 and then potentially trade with some other board. I'm just going to take it. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move. So they have like farmhands. They can have 2 Brutal Cathars, but they need a white mana to do so. Like, normally you don't want this many Faceless Havens in one shot because this is going to hamper the amount of single white spells they can play, and it stops them from being able to chain with Welcoming Vampire. You got it. Cool sequencing. You got it. Does the opponent realize these have reach?
Rich soil.
Ah. Fairly safe to attack in with these. So they'll take the Chariot block. But really we're just upgrading our Chariot here into an 11/11. I would like to take my turn again. Let's get some lines. Ooh, no lines.
Great potential.
Can do this. We'll go these in. Keep back the pigeons. Might be lethal, but we're not losing this game in this current stance, so there's no point of overextending, and I'd rather have the 2 flyers back if they somehow pump this up. There was an option to just make another Tree Folk just to be conservative, but I think we're good here. So we bet mono white a couple times, just felt good. Yeah, so I did have lethal if I attacked all. Oh, never mind. The cats went through. Victory! Alright, so overall, like, it's really going to depend this deck on how the meta shapes up. It's very good against like mono green and decks like that. Mono white's kind of 50-50. We saw some games where it worked out, some games where it didn't. The only thing I would probably do is add some Field of Ruins. Yeah, so we'll just add fields. That would be my suggestion. And then trim down 1 and 1. And then, yeah, pretty much that. Just being able to answer. The new cards felt good. Inspired Idea did exactly what it needed to. The Hullbreaker won a game on its own. And the bounce felt good. Just against like harder control decks, we're just not going to be doing enough. But let me know what you think. We'll catch you next time. And if you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe.